Jimmy Fallon 10th anniversary special airs tonight at 8 p.m. right after The Voice, right here on NBC 23. All right, so last hour we asked you, can you go 24 hours without using your phone? And the results are in. 47% of you said you can go without your phone. That same amount say that you cannot go without your phone, and 7% said maybe.
Okay, let's hear it, you guys.
Wow, that's wow. Okay. So for me, I think I honestly could go 24 hours without my phone.
Okay.
Do I want to? Absolutely not.
No?
No,
Why
I
not?
would not? No, because I mean,
Disconnected?
yeah, and I'm always wondering. I guess it's just the news bug in me. Always want to know like what's going on around me.
True.
And what's going on in the community.
True.
I have certain cities that I like to follow, such as like Austin, Houston.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Okay.
I just feel like I'm missing out. But if I was like, hey, Jeremiah, put the phone down for 24 hours. I want to give you a challenge.
Okay.
I could do it.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I understand what you mean, though. You want to know what's going on around you. For me, as long as my parents know in advance that I'm going to be off the grid for 24, I'm just saying.
That's valid.
That's fair.
That is very
like,
valid.
hey, just so you know, I'm not going to be available for 24 whole hours. I'm doing me time, and that way I know that they're not worried. And if that's the case, yeah, I don't need to talk to anybody.
I know that you're not as a big, if I'm not mistaken, not as big on, you're not love social media type person.
I could do without it. Yep. Yeah. What about you, Jessica?
I could definitely go without it.
Right?
I haven't gone without my phone for over 24 hours in a few years, but back when I used to go to summer camp every year, obviously as a late teenager, I had a smartphone at that point. I was on social media. I was spending too much time on my phone, and we had to give up our smartphone, for camp because it was, phone free.
So cool.
And so by, the first couple of hours, you're kind of checking your pockets because you're like, oh my goodness, where's my phone? But by day 2, you're thriving without it. So I could definitely go without it. I would love to. With my job, I mean, last night, I know I wasn't at work, but of course I was tracking the storms, and I don't get a lot of sleep when there's storms going on and stuff, because that's also a huge part of technology now, is being able to track the weather in your phone. So with our jobs, unless we are on vacation, taking off, even for me on the weekend, sometimes I'm still having to have access to my phone. So it definitely depends on your job. I know that it's not just news people too. A lot of people, are relying on their phones for their job.
And if you want to be smart and think outside the box, you can always use your tablet. You can always use
you're cheating.
You can use your computer.
Jeremiah's on Instagram on his computer.
No, I'm not on my phone. I'm just on my computer.
This is why he's smart.
Just saying. So.
Hey, I have some friends and family who take kind of a Sabbath, a day off from social media and phones, and everybody knows, and they don't get on social media, especially, and don't use their phone, obviously for emergencies or if you need to contact family, but just in general, they're like, hey, I'm off the grid, and I've heard that it can do well for people.
That's awesome.
So, just a thought, give it a shot.
Good. All right.
Good stuff.
And I will say, you don't need to worry about having your phone to track more severe weather chances today.
Oh, that's great.
We're good, finally.
Not for this morning, at least. We could see a couple of showers again tonight, so I'll be looking at updates for that here in just a little bit. But right now, we don't have it. So I give you permission to not check the weather for this morning, y'all. We're going to be all good to go. That's a live look of our bureau. A little cloudy out there for the time being as the sun is rising. Temperatures in the low to mid 70s. I'll say it again. It is much more pleasant out there than it has been recently. We're not in the low 80s. We're in the low 70s. So there's a positive. We're looking at winds coming from the north around 5 miles per hour. Calm winds, y'all. Not worried about it being super breezy heading into this afternoon. And dew points are in the upper 60s and low 70s. So it is still, in that muggy range because we're close to the temperatures, but it definitely doesn't feel as hot outside, and it won't later this afternoon.